Good morning, aspirants. Welcome to Daily Current Affairs Analysis by Shankar IAS Academy. Today's date is 3rd of May 2025. So, this is an important announcement. Shankar IAS Academy is conducting a free All India UPSC mock test for this year prelims. Interested aspirants can enroll in it. So, these are the 4 important topics we are going to discuss in this video. The first topic is about the Chief of Defence Staff. The second topic about the extraction of natural hydrogen in India. The third topic is about the private members bill and their importance. The fourth topic is about the Lingayat community. So these are the topics we are going to discuss in this video. Now let us get into the discussion. Recently there are major changes in the top leaders of Army and Air Force, and in this context let us brush up the basics about the Chief of Defence Staff. Chief of Defence Staff is the topmost uniformed officer in India's armed forces. He is the main military advisor to Chief Defence Minister. He helps the government to make decisions which involve all three forces, that is Army, Navy and Air Force. The CDS is a 4-star officer and is above the chief of 3 services. It is in terms of seniority but does not directly command the chiefs of 3 services. Currently, General Anil Chauhan is the Chief of Defence Staff and he was appointed in September 2022. So he is after the India's first Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat. The main job of CDS is to promote the coordination and jointness among the 3 armed forces. He also looks after the tri-service commands like Strategic Forces Command, Andaman Nicobar Command. Chief of Defence Staff also heads the Department of Military Affairs, so which is a new department created by Ministry of Defence. Through the Department of Military Affairs, CDS handles issues like training, joint operations and other military reforms. The post of Chief of Defence Staff was recommended by several important committees in the past. The Kargil Review Committee, Naresh Chandra Committee and Shekatakar Committee are those important committees which have recommended the creation of post of Defence Staff, that is CDS staff. The government finally announced the creation of CDS post on August 2019 and General Bipin Rawat was appointed as the first CDS in 2019. So this is all regarding this post. Now look at this MCQ. Consider the following statements regarding the appointment of Chief of Defence Staff. Only officers from Indian Army are eligible. No, this statement is incorrect because officers from all 3 services are eligible for Chief of Defence Staff. The age limit for CDS post is 65 years. Yes, the statement is correct. CDS is a member of Cabinet Committee on Security. No, the statement is incorrect. He oversees the Department of Military Affairs. So the statement 1 and 3 are incorrect and only 2 is correct. So the correct answer is option A. With this, let us conclude the discussion. Now look at this article. We are going to talk about the importance of natural hydrogen and how natural hydrogen can help India to meet its energy needs. See, India is a growing country and needs more energy and they are energy dependent while also facing the climate change. We have promised to reach the net zero carbon emissions by 2070. So it means we have to stop adding more carbon to our fuel goals. So one big way to help this is using the natural hydrogen. So this is a clean fuel found underground and how India can exploit this natural hydrogen. According to the data and studies, India might have a huge amount of natural hydrogen, that is around 3.75 million tons per year. So if this is true, India might not need to make hydrogen in factories. Instead, we can use this naturally available hydrogen and this could be cheaper and cleaner. But using this natural hydrogen isn't easy. There are many challenges. The first challenge is it is hard to find and measure because it is found in underground and hydrogen is hard to find and measure accurately in the underground. Unlike oil and gases where we have good tools and methods, the hydrogen exploration is still a new and developing technology. Also, the materials used to extract and store hydrogen needs to be very special like rubber or special coatings. So they are done to avoid the damages. So this makes the process more expensive and difficult compared to finding oil or gas. However, India can start the process by learning from global examples. Take for example, Germany's energy research system helped its solar industry to grow quickly. India could create a similar group or partnership to identify and develop areas with natural hydrogen. Also in US, they are trying different methods to explore and find the natural hydrogen. One idea is to drill and inject water into the rocks which contain iron. This can even create hydrogen and even trap the harmful carbon gas underground at the same time. US is also funding these research projects to explore new ways in order to get the natural hydrogen. India's oil and gas exploration agencies can also help in this process. They can check the rock samples across the country and try to find the good spots with hydrogen. Some old gas pipelines could be reused to carry the hydrogen. Also, India needs to build safe storage spaces for hydrogen. Especially, this should be done underground because it can leak easily and hydrogen is a very flammable gas. Even if you find large amounts of hydrogen in India, we still need strong rules and good transportation system and trained workforce to make everything work smoothly, because this investment in hydrogen technology and infrastructure is very important for India, because India is aiming to achieve the net zero emissions and to utilize more renewable energy. So in conclusion, the natural hydrogen is a great opportunity for India and it can help us to meet our clean energy goals. Most importantly, it can reduce our imported fuel and our imports bill can be drastically reduced. So this is all about the discussion. Let us move on to the next topic. Now look at this editorial article. We are going to see about the private member bill and their importance. In India, most of the legislations are made by the government and the ministers, but even the private members, that is regular members of parliament, can also make legislation. So these laws are called private member bills and they can be made by MPs from any party, even the ruling party or opposition party. Usually they are discussed on Fridays in parliament. Now, what is private member bill, why it is important, what are the challenges and way forward? So this is what we are going to discuss in this video. The private member bills are special because they help to bring new ideas into parliament. But sadly, this system is being forgotten recently. Now look at the statistics. Parliament sessions often get disturbed and the government's work is given more time and they sideline the private member bill. Since independence, only 14 private member bills have been passed and they have become law. Private member bills are not seen as important and they are mostly ignored. So this is a problem because private member bills give MPs a chance to raise people issues. And they also try to bring fresh ideas into parliament which are ignored by the government. Since 1970, not even one private member bill have been passed in both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. This is a concerning statistics. In 17th Lok Sabha, that is from 2019 to 2024, totally 279 private member bills were introduced, but only 2 of them were discussed in Lok Sabha and just 14 of them were discussed in Rajya Sabha. In the new 18th Lok Sabha, that is the current Lok Sabha, 20 private member bills have been introduced, but not even one was discussed. So this shows how this private member bill system is slowly being forgotten. Even though these private member bills are not actually passed, they can still bring attention to big issues. They also inspire government to make new laws. For example, MP Supriya Sule once introduced a bill called a right to disconnect. It said that workers should not be forced to take work calls or messages after the office hours. So this bill didn't become a law, but it made people to discuss about the mental health and bring limelight to the work-life balance. Another great example is a right of transgender person bill, which was introduced in 2014 by Tiruchi Siva in Rajya Sabha. This is the first private member bill which was passed in Rajya Sabha in the last 40 years, but it was not passed by Lok Sabha, so it didn't become a law. But this has brought attention to the rights of transgenders towards the government. So the government has created a new law in 2019. So private member bills often bring discussions on important topics which are ignored by government, and they also bring attention to the government of the important issues faced by the society. Now, why private member bills are not much used today? One important reason is anti-defection law. According to this law, the MPs must follow the party's orders. So if they don't, and they can lose their seat. So this stops MPs from speaking freely or bringing their own ideas. Even MPs from the ruling party or senior party leaders also face challenges in bringing their own ideas in terms of private member bill. So what can be done? Firstly, we must allocate the Fridays for exclusively discussing the private member bill. The government's work and their agenda should be sidelined and they should give importance for the discussion of private member bill. Secondly, the parliament rules should be changed to give more time for private member bill. MPs should feel encouraged to bring new ideas and bold ideas. Even ministers and ruling party should also support the private member bill and their discussion. So this will make parliament more open and connected to the people. So this is all about the discussion regarding this private member bill. In this discussion, we have seen what is the importance of private member bill and why the government is hesitant to allow private member bills? What are the challenges and way forward? So with this, let us move on to the next topic. Now look at this article. Veerashaiva, Lingayat and Vokaliga communities in Karnataka have asked the state government to delay the implementation of 2015 Karnataka Socio-Economic and Educational Survey. So this is also known as the implementation of 2015 Caste Census. So these communities have asked the state government of Karnataka to stop the implementation or delay the implementation of this caste census. So they have made this request after Union government announced their plans for nationwide caste census along with the upcoming population census. So this is the news given here. In this context, let us brush up the basics about Veerashaiva, Lingayat and Vokaliga communities. So these communities believe that 2015 state survey undercounted their population. The Veerashaiva Lingayats shows that they have only 11% of population under the 2015 caste census by Karnataka government, and Vokaligas has 10.29% of the population. So this is much lower than the reality, and they want the state government to delay the implementation of caste census. They also requested the state government to wait for the nationwide caste census, which they hope that it will bring accurate picture and correct numbers. The Lingayat or Veerashaiva community was founded by Basavanna, who is a 12th century philosopher and a social reformer. So this was founded during the Kalyani Chalukya period. The community began in Karnataka, especially in the northern parts, and later spread to Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. The Lingayat movement was a revolt against the Brahminical rituals and social discrimination. It follows monotheism and a strong devotion to Lord Shiva in the form of Ishtalinga. So the community rejects the Vedas, idol worship, caste hierarchy and gender discrimination. Their teachings are preserved in Vachanas, which is a short poet verses, and they are written by saints like Basavanna, Akka Mahadevi, Allama Prabhu. So this is about the basics of Lingayat community. So look at this MCQ regarding this topic. Consider the following statements regarding the Lingayat community. The Lingayat movement was founded by Basavanna during 12th century in Karnataka. Lingayats reject the caste system and idol worship. Lingayats worship Shiva in the form of Ishtalinga. Lingayats are classified as scheduled tribe in Karnataka. So out of the 4 statements, the 4th one was incorrect. The other 3 statements were correct. So the correct answer is option A. With this, let us move on to the next topic. With this, we have come to the end of the discussion. If you like the video, please share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to Shankar IAS Academy YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.